The Tesla Cybertruck with that stainless steel exoskeleton, it's just different. It's not like any other truck out there. But that really unique engineering, it creates a huge headache for traditional accessories. So today, we're going to break down the engineering behind a pretty wild concept, a high-tech snowplow built to solve that exact problem. All right, let's just cut right to the chase. This question is the whole ballgame. See, normal plows, they need a big, beefy steel frame to bolt onto. It's how they handle all that force. But the Cybertruck, with its unibody design, it just doesn't have one. So where do you even begin? How do you solve a problem like that? To really get why the solution is so clever, we first have to dig into why the problem is so tough. The way the Cybertruck is built, it basically throws the old rulebook for heavy-duty attachments right out the window. And this slide shows you exactly what I mean. On the left, you've got your traditional truck. It's got a separate ladder frame. That's its backbone. It's super strong, and you can bolt almost anything to it. The Cybertruck on the right, though, its strength is the exoskeleton itself. You can't just drill into those stainless steel panels and bolt on a plow. They're not designed for the insane forces of pushing hundreds of pounds of snow. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. As manufacturing expert Corey Steuben from Monroe Live puts it, the Cybertruck's body is structurally more like a big old Model Y. Just think about that for a second. You would never, ever try to bolt a commercial snowplow onto a family car, and for the very same reason, you can't just stick one on the Cybertruck's body panels. So what's the elegant solution? Well, if the Cybertruck is missing a frame, you give it one. This concept introduces a custom-built, high-strength steel subframe. It completely replaces the factory bumper, and here's the key part. It bolts directly to the engineered hardpoints deep inside the truck's chassis. That's how it safely transfers all that plowing force to the core of the vehicle's structure. Pretty smart. Okay, so we've got a solid foundation. Now, let's talk about the blade itself, because this is where things get really futuristic. Instead of just using plain old steel, this design calls for something way more advanced. This table tells the whole story. Just zero in on that column for impact strength at -30 degrees Celsius. See how regular acrylic and polycarbonate get brittle? That means in the freezing cold, they could literally shatter. But look at PC silicon. It stays ductile and incredibly tough. It's really the only material here that can survive a brutal winter. Over 700 joules per meter. That number right there, that's the secret sauce. It means that when this plow inevitably hits a hidden manhole cover or a frozen chunk of ice, it's designed to flex and absorb the hit, not crack into a million pieces. That toughness in the extreme cold is its absolute superpower. But it's not just one big chunk of plastic. Oh no, it's a super clever laminated sandwich. On the outside, you have a replaceable layer with a hard coating to handle all the scraping and abrasion. The middle, the thick core, provides that impact strength. And get this, it houses all the electronics, like lights and heaters. And then an inner layer seals the entire thing up, making it totally waterproof. Now, if you've got a high-tech blade, you're going to need some high-tech mechanics to go with it. This whole system is designed to be a shapeshifter, adapting to whatever you throw at it. And that brings us to the muscle. Instead of going with old-school, messy hydraulics that are heavy and always seem to leak, this design goes for purely electric linear actuators. They're way lighter, much more precise, and just a perfect natural fit for an all-electric truck. No hydraulic fluid, no pumps, just clean, quiet electric power. And those electric actuators, they unlock an incredible set of features. You get telescoping wings that let you change your plowing width right from the cab. The whole thing can fold up into a compact package so it's legal on the road. It can angle 30 degrees left or right. And, maybe most important of all, it has a trip edge safety mechanism, so the bottom of the blade can flip forward over hidden curbs, protecting both the plow and the truck. So, all of this amazing technology, the motors, the lights, and especially the built-in heaters, they are seriously power-hungry. And this is where the design faces its single biggest engineering hurdle. 5,000 watts. That is the peak power needed just for the de-icing system. To put that into perspective, that's enough juice to run a small house. All of that energy is just to keep ice from building up on the blade. We're talking about a massive electrical challenge here. And this chart just lays the problem bare. The plow, at its peak, needs over 6,000 watts. The Cybertruck's standard accessory ports, they top out at 400 watts. It's
It's not even close. There is absolutely no way to power this thing with the truck's standard plugs.
So the only real solution is to go straight to the source, the Cybertruck's giant main battery pack. The design calls for a dedicated, liquid-cooled DC to DC converter. This box taps directly into the truck's massive 816-volt system and safely steps down the power for the plow. This isn't just plugging in an accessory. This is a deep electrical integration right into the heart of the vehicle.
So when you combine all of these pieces, that custom subframe, the advanced polymer blade, the electric actuators, and the high-voltage power system, you get something that isn't just a plow. It's something genuinely revolutionary.
I mean, this slide really says it all. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a completely different way of thinking. You're going from steel to advanced polymer, from messy hydraulics to clean electric, and from a simple, dumb blade to a transforming, self-heating, intelligent system. It's the difference between a bolt-on accessory and a truly integrated tool. And because it's so deeply connected to the Cybertruck, the future possibilities are just incredible. Imagine telling your truck to plow the driveway, and it just does it, using autopilot. Or using the vehicle's cameras to spot and avoid obstacles automatically. The de-icing could use the truck's sensors to only apply heat exactly where it's needed, saving that precious battery range. This is the kind of stuff that could genuinely change life for people in cold climates. This all leaves us with one last fascinating question. Is the CyberPlow just a cool concept for one very unique truck? Or is this level of deep integration, the structural, the electrical, the data, is this the blueprint for all vehicle accessories in the electric age? It really points to a future where our tools are finally as smart as the vehicles they're attached to.